course, we are celebrating now the Chag HaChagim, the holiday of all holidays, which is Yud Tes Kislev. I'd like to ask all of you to join together with me in a song, one of the 10 songs that the Alter Rebbe established, and that is the song of Kiliyata. Okay, everyone together? Kiliyata v'teka Eloika Kiliyata v'yaydeka Eloika yaroi v'meka Kiliyata v'yaydeka Eloika Kiliyata v'yaydeka Eloika yaroi v'meka Kiliyata Beautiful. Guys did an amazing job. This song was composed by the Alter Rebbe. And the Rebbe once said, when you sing a song of the Alter Rebbe or any other Rebbe, so that Rebbe is right here with us in the room together. So right now, the Alter Rebbe is together with us in the room, and we're celebrating together with him this very, very auspicious day of Yud Tes Kislev. I want to start with a personal story. I don't believe anyone here of the talmidim were born yet. But have you heard about 9/11? You heard about 9/11? So 9/11 was a very tragic day. And 2 airplanes flew into the Twin Towers, came down, and unfortunately, it was a major disaster. I live in downtown Brooklyn, right near Manhattan. And from my shul, I was able to see the smoke right across the river of this terrible, terrible tragedy. I want to tell you an interesting story what happened on that day. So it was a few weeks later on Hanukkah, like now, almost Hanukkah, and I asked the local fire station if they can come and help me light the menorah. They have a big truck, and I would go together with one of the Jewish firemen in the truck, and we would lift up and go and light the menorah together, the giant menorah that we have in Borough Hall in downtown Brooklyn. So the fire engine came, engine 224, and we celebrated with all the firemen. And together with the Jewish fireman, we went up, we lit the menorah, and after that we gave donuts and we danced together to Jewish songs. It was really an amazing experience. After that, I walked over to the captain. I said, "Captain, tell me something. We're here today to support all the firefighters all across New York and to thank them for protecting us and watching over us. Tell me, how many casualties did you have in your engine? How many firefighters were lost? Because unfortunately, many firefighters died that day." And he said to me, "Rabbi, from our station 224, not one firefighter perished." I said, "I don't understand. You're so close to the Brooklyn Bridge. You're one of the closest fire stations. How is it that from your fire station, not one fireman perished, when from all the other surrounding fire stations, firemen perished?" He says, "Rabbi, I'll tell you the truth. We were driving over the Brooklyn Bridge, and all of a sudden, our engine died. That's it. It went kaput. We couldn't move. And that was the end. We couldn't get over to the other side." I said to him, "Tell me, when was the last time that this happened to your fire truck? When was the last time your engine stopped and died when it was called to fight a fire?" He says, "Rabbi, it never happened. It never happened before that our fire truck should die on a mission." I said to him, "Let me tell you what happened. You see, I live on your block. And outside my house, I have a big, giant mezuzah. My mezuzah not only protects me, but as the Rebbe tells us that the mezuzah has a ripple effect, and it also protects the neighbors and the rest of the block. I said, because of my mezuzah, you guys were protected. And because of that, Baruch Hashem, you all survived. He said to me, Rabbi, that's the best answer I've heard yet. I begin with this story because we are Chassidim of our Rebbe. And one of the great miftzayim that the Rebbe has given us to do is, number one, to make sure that every Jewish home has a mezuzah. And number two is that our own house, our own home, our own bedroom should have a kosher mezuzah. And the Rebbe requested that every year we should check the mezuzah, at least once a year, to make sure that all the mezuzahs and all the tefillin get checked. When I was your age, I used to go on a mitzvah tank every Friday. And I used to come back Friday afternoon before Shabbos so electrified, so excited, on such a high. My mother would say to me, where'd you go? Why are you so excited? I said, I don't know. I went on Mitzvayim and I put on tefillin with Jews. And I spoke to them about the mezuzah and Torah and tzedakah and all these things. And that excited me. One way to get excited about Yiddishkeit, one way to get excited about Torah, one way to become excited about being a Chassid is doing what the Rebbe tells us to do. And that is to go on Mitzvayim. And therefore, it's important you have a Mitzvayim route. And you go with an Elter Bocher, you find out where can I go to put on tefillin with people Friday afternoon. So the first thing on Yud Tes Kislev, when we celebrate the Rosh HaShana L'Chassidus, we have to know that Rosh HaShana L'Chassidus is not only in the time of the Alter Rebbe, but it's today. What does our Rebbe tell us to do? How are we supposed to live as a Chassid? I heard a story recently. I have a question to ask you. How many people here, how many students here learn Rambam every day? How many of you guys learn Rambam? You do a mitzvah a day? You do a mitzvah a day? How many do over here one Pedic a day? Okay, so let me tell you a story. There was a great Shliach in California by the name of Reb Shmuel David Halevi Reichik. And he was the Rebbe Shliach there. And one day, one of the Balabatim, the supporters of Chabad, became very ill, became very sick. It was a woman, an elderly woman. And she went to all the doctors and nobody could help her. So he said, I have an idea. Let's go fly into Crown Heights. We're going to go to the Rebbe for dollars Sunday morning. And you're going to ask the Rebbe for a bracha. So she comes by with him to the Rebbe for $1. And the Rebbe gives her $1 and a bracha. And he tells the Rebbe, she is krank. She's very sick. And the Rebbe said, no, she shall learn Rambam. Why? Because the Rambam is given a größer doctor, the Rebbe said. The Rambam was a big doctor. And if she learns Rambam, she's going to be well. And that's what happened. She began to learn Rambam every day. And she became totally gesund. She became totally well. Rabbi Ari came back to the Rebbe a few months later and said to the Rebbe, you know, she became well. The Rebbe said, no. So Rabbi Ari asked the Rebbe, can I be mefarsim the story? Can I make the story public? Can I make it well known? And the Rebbe said, why not? In other words, when the Rebbe gave us a mitzvah to learn Rambam, when the Rebbe told us to put on mezuzahs on people's doors, when the Rebbe told us there's a mitzvah of tzedakah and all these 10 mitzvah campaigns plus, it wasn't simply that the Rebbe was causing us stress to do more things and more obligations and more responsibilities because we're not busy enough. Everything the Rebbe gave us was the purpose to protect us, to give us blessing, to make our life a happy life and a sweet life and a healthy life and a wonderful life. I saw recently on the Living Torah. Who here watches the Living Torah? Do you see the Living Torah every week here in school? No? You do? You see it? Well, a story that I saw a few weeks ago really, really took me. It was a story by Rabbi Shmuel Ruddle. He's a Shliach in Milan. And he said when he was a Bacha in Yeshiva, okay, like you guys, you're a Bacha in Yeshiva, right? You're learning. He says one day he got up and he said, Who said all of this is true? Who said the Torah is true? Who said Judaism is true? Maybe Christianity is true. Maybe Islam is true. Okay, my mother's Jewish. My father's Jewish. I was born into a Hasidic Lubavitcher home, but who says this is the real thing? He said, I had svekis in the morning. I had doubts in my faith. So I went to my teachers, my Rosh HaShivas, my Mashpim. I began to talk to them, and nobody was able to answer me. I couldn't get a good answer. So I sat down. I wrote a letter to the Rebbe, a 7-page letter. I told the Rebbe all my problems. The Rebbe never answered. A few weeks later, I sat down. I wrote another letter, a 3-page letter. Again, the Rebbe didn't answer. So I continued to go to school every day. I was davening, learning Torah, praying tefillin, keeping Shabbos, he says. But I didn't have that geschmack, you understand? I didn't have the excitement to daven and learn. About a year later, all of a sudden, I get up one morning. I say, yes, it's real. I know it. I feel it. It's real. Torah is real. Yiddishkeit is real. Chassidus is real. So I began to daven. I was crying. Tears were coming down my face. I was feeling every word. Shema Yisrael, Hashem Lakein, Hashem Echad. I couldn't believe it. I was feeling it. I was feeling Hashem. And my Mashpia looks at me. He says, Shmuel, you okay? He says, yeah, Rebbe, I'm doing fantastic. I feel amazing. He says, really? If that's the case, I want you to go upstairs right now and write a letter to the Rebbe that everything is okay. And tonight, after Chassidus, you're going to come to my house. We're going to have tea together. And so, Rabbi Shmuel Ruddle writes a letter to the Rebbe. That night, he goes to his mashpia, Rabbi Kesselman's house. And he says, I want to show you something. He took from his shelf a bunch of letters in a rubber band from the Rebbe. Every month, the Rebbe would send him letters to ask about the Chassidim and to answer about his students in the yeshiva. And he showed him how every single month the Rebbe was asking for Shmuel ben Fega HaKohen, how's he doing? What do you see from here? What's the lesson, guys? You know the lesson from the story? The lesson for the story is that when we have a problem, you got to talk to the Rebbe. You got to look at a picture in your house or in your wallet and say, Rebbe, I need your help. I need your direction. I need inspiration. And even though you don't see the Rebbe answering you, the Rebbe is praying for you. The Rebbe is working for you to make things good. And Rabbi Ruddle goes on to say that his father went into the Rebbe, into Yechidis, a while later, and told the Rebbe, I would like my son, Shmuel, to come work for me in my store. And the Rebbe said, what? Do you know how much effort I put into him? Mulmaila, ulamata, above in heaven and down here below. And now you want to take him into the store? You have to realize every single one of you here today, okay? Every single one of you here today was chosen to be here by the Rebbe, Rashab, by the Frierdiker Rebbe, and our Rebbe. And all the Rebbes are praying for you. All the Rebbes are looking out for you. And they're giving you strength, and they're giving you encouragement, and they're giving you the ability to succeed in anything you want. But all you have to do is you have to dream. All you have to do is daven. All you have to do is pray and work hard, and you're going to see tremendous success. When I was a bacher like you in yeshiva, I was very bored. I was worse than you. You think you guys are off the wall? I'm worse than you. I was jumping from the windows. I was jumping from the lights. I was getting thrown out every single day. My rabbis couldn't control me. I was so wild and nuts and crazy. Okay? But, you know what connected me? You know what really connected me? When I began to learn Likutei Sichos. I began to learn the Rebbe Sichos. Say, wow, this is amazing. He's talking to me. He gets me. He understands me. My rabbis don't know who I am. My rabbis don't understand me. They're talking. They're learning Chumash and Rashi. Very good. But the Rebbe, he gets me. And I began to learn Likutei Sichos. My fellow talmidim, I want to tell you something. If you want to live, if you want to get excited about Yiddishkeit, if you want to get excited about being a chassid, you have to learn the Rebbe Sichos. It's like bread and butter. It's like ice cream. When you have ice cream, you get excited. When you salted, you get excited. A milkshake, pizza. What do you like? What do you like? Huh? Sushi. Okay, sushi. When you learn the Kitos, it's tastier than sushi. It's better than a hamburger or beef burger. It's better than a steak. It's food for your neshama. It's food for your soul. I want to end with one last story. This past Sukkot in our Chabad house, we had a big meal the first night of Sukkot, and we asked one of the guests to get up and tell a story. There was a young girl who was going to Brooklyn Law School, and she got up and she said the following story. She said that she was born because of a miracle of the Rebbe. Her mother and father for many years were married for 7 years, and they had no children. And they tried everything. They went to doctors, and they tried all these different things and tests, and nothing worked. Someone told them, go to Lubavitcher Rebbe. So they came Sunday. They went online for dollars, and the Rebbe gave them dollars and said, you're going to hear good news very soon. 7 months passed by, and she's still not pregnant. She goes again to the Rebbe. She says, Rebbe, I really want a child. Please bless me with a child. And the Rebbe again gave her dollars and said, you should start to learn Taharat HaMishpacha. You should learn the laws of family purity, the laws of mikveh. And that month, she conceived. And 9 months later, she had triplets. Now, before she had the triplets, while she was pregnant with triplets in her stomach, she went to the doctor, and the doctor did a test. And the doctor said, you know what? In one of the hearts of one of the children, there's a hole in the heart. And we're going to do an operation, a prenatal surgery, while the babies are still in the stomach. We're going to operate, and we're going to fix the hole in the heart. Can you imagine? To fix the hole in the heart, in the stomach. And this woman said, now hold on. Now I have a Rebbe. Till now I had no Rebbe. I can't make such decisions before talking to the Rebbe. So, at that time, she sent a letter to the Rebbe. And the Rebbe replied not to do the operation because I am praying for you. In the meantime, the doctor brought all the nurses and all the doctors into the room, and they put her on this screen, this big screen, and they were doing all these tests to show the hole in the heart. And as they were doing the scan, and they were going through the 3 babies in the stomach, baby A, baby B, and baby C, all of a sudden they see that the hole disappeared. There's no longer a hole in the heart. They once asked the Rebbe, what do you do in Lubavitch? He says, we learn Torah, we daven, and if we need miracles, we have miracles also. Yud Tes Kislev is a day of a miracle. Now, the Rebbe was freed from Tsar's prison, but he wasn't freed alone. The Rebbe once said it was like the Haggadah. In the Haggadah we read on Pesach, all of you know the Haggadah, right? You said the Manishtana this year? So we say in the Haggadah, if Hashem didn't take our grandparents out of Mitzrayim, we would still be there today, right? We say that. And the Rebbe said the same is true. If the Alter Rebbe did not come out of prison on Yud Tes Kislev, we would still be in prison today. What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, beautiful. Chassidus says prison means limitations. And to go out of prison means to go out of your limitations. We have the limitations of the Yetzer Hara. We have the limitations of the confined walls. We have the limitations of our body. We have the limitations of the world around us. All these things create different temptations and different difficulties and different challenges. We are like imprisoned. But the miracle of Yud Tes Kislev is that today we are free. And therefore we have no limitations. All you have to do is dream big, guys. I want you to sit down and close your eyes for 5 seconds and dream. Dream big. How are you going to change the world? Ask yourself, what am I going to do to change the world? Every one of you guys here are not here by mistake. You understand that? You're not here by mistake. Hashem put you into the world because each one of you has the power to change the whole world. I just want to end with one last small thought. The Rebbe said, in our generation, we're going to see Mashiach. It's the last generation of Golus, of Geula. We have been chosen, that we are here today to witness this great Geula, and we are part of it, and we have to participate in it. I want to tell you the following story. When I was in camp as a kid, I remember that each trip had a visiting day. And visiting day started around 11 o'clock in the morning. But I remember that Shabbos already, I was thinking, oh, tomorrow my tati and mommy are coming to camp. I can't wait. I can't wait till they come to camp. What am I going to wear tomorrow? Proud of me. Make sure I put on a clean undershirt. And I'm going to put on a clean pair of tzitzis. And I'm gonna take a shower. I'm going to look my best. So my mommy comes, she's going to be proud of me. And I got up in the morning, I made my bed, I went down to daven. But before I went down to daven, I ran to the road. I ran to the road, 7:30 in the morning to see if they're there. Now, what time does visiting day start? 11 o'clock. So why am I running to the road 7:30? Because I can't wait for them to come. Maybe they're coming early, maybe they're there already. So I daven, I eat breakfast. And at 9 o'clock, I turn to my counselor, I say, counselor, is my parents here? Is my tati here? My mommy here? They said, no, it's only 9 o'clock. I said, no, it can't be. I ran to the road. I'm looking. I don't see them. I go to the office. I tell the head counselor, I have to call my tati. I have to see where he is. He's not here yet. It's 9 o'clock already. He says, Ari, chill. Visiting day is 11 o'clock. I say, no, but they're supposed to be here. They told me they're leaving early in the morning. They're going to come, and they're not here yet. And it's already 10 o'clock. Where are they? Don't worry, you go to learning classes, you'll come back. They're going to be here. So we went to learning classes 10 o'clock. I'm sitting on Spilkas the whole time. It's even hard to focus on learning the Mishnayos. I know my tati and mommy coming any minute now. And all of a sudden I hear on the loudspeaker, learning never ends, learning never ends. And I'm so excited, jump up the first one. I run out of my learning class. I run to the road. And I'm looking for my tati and mommy. And they're not there yet. I can't believe it's 11:01. Where are they? Where are they? It's 11:01. This is the feeling that we're supposed to have now about Mashiach. The Rebbe said Mashiach is coming. So where is he already? You have to look out the window every minute. Is he here yet? And you have to look on your iPhone. Is he here yet? You have to look out the door. Is he here yet? Every minute. Mommy, Tati, is Mashiach here yet? The Rebbe said he's coming. And when we dive in Shemini Esrei and we talk about a Semach, we have to really call out to Hashem from the depth of our heart. Hashem, where's Mashiach already? We need him. There's so many problems in the world. We need Mashiach to come already. There's so much suffering. And I failed my test last week. Come on, Mashiach has to come already. Mashiach is going to come. We're all going to pass our tests. Mashiach is going to come. We're going to open our minds. We're going to understand everything. Mashiach is going to come. We're going to have all delicious foods. And we're going to see all the Rebbes. We're going to see Hashem himself. So we hope and pray that in the schus of Yud Tes Kislev, the schus of the Torah study of all you beautiful talmidim who study with tremendous love and geschmack, that we're going to see the ultimate geula, the coming of Mashiach, take of miyad mamish. So, you want to ask a question? Hi. Okay, say hi to your tati for me. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, of course they're doing. Okay, so Rabbi Cohen asked. Yeah, you want to ask a question? 11:10. Okay, so Rabbi Cohen wants me to say another story about a Mashiach story that happened in my community many years ago, about like 25 years ago. This is the way the story goes. You ready for the story? Well, one last story we can do? Okay, this is the story. So my first son was already born. He was like about 1 year old. And now my wife was about to give birth to my second son. It was a Thursday night. Okay, you got it? Thursday night. And I called up one of my congregants by the name of Mitch. I say, Mitch, do me a favor. You see, I got to run to the hospital. My son Yankel is sleeping. He sleeps throughout the night. Don't worry. I just need somebody in the house before I go. He says, not a problem, Rabbi. I'll come. So Mitch comes over to my house. I run to the hospital with my wife, which is down the block. The hospital is down the block. And she's there for about an hour or two. Nothing happens. We come back home. The next night, Friday night, we had guests in the house for dinner. So the Shabbos, they go home about 12 o'clock at night. All of a sudden, my wife says, okay, the baby's coming. Now, when the baby's coming, the baby's coming. You can't say, hold on, come tomorrow. The baby's coming now. What am I going to do? Now, to save a life, you're allowed to make a phone call on Shabbos. To save a life, you could drive a car on Shabbos. But I didn't want to break Shabbos. So I ran around the corner to Mitch's house. And Mitch is on the second floor of a brownstone. And it's the middle of the month of Shvat, cold night, and the ground has some snow on it. And I lift up my hands together. I say, Mitch, get up, get up. He doesn't get up. I don't want to ring the bell. Even though I could, I don't want to. I say, Mitch, get up, get up. All of a sudden, his wife hears me. And she opens up the window and says, Rabbi, what can I do for you? I need to talk to Mitch. She talks to Mitch. Mitch, the rabbi is here. Okay, so buzz him in. Mitch, it's Shabbos. I can't buzz him in. Oh, yeah, I forgot it's Shabbos. Okay. He washes Negovasa. Comes to the window. Says, Rabbi, what is it? What is it, Rabbi? I say, Mitch, it's the real thing. It's the real thing. He says, what? Mashiach is coming. You see, he knew the night before my wife was about to have a baby. He forgot it was Shabbos even. But when he woke up in the middle of the night and we said to him, it's the real thing, it's the real thing, there was only one thing that came to his mind. And that was Mashiach is coming. And this is what we have to think about every moment. What can I do to bring Mashiach? Will this action that I'm doing right now going to bring Mashiach closer, or chas v'shalom the opposite? And if you live this way, no doubt we are going to have this chus to see with our own eyes the coming of Mashiach from Hey to Bimenu. Amen.